position is complete.
Hello, my name is Kalan Anglos, and I am a certified strength and conditioning specialist. Sounds pretty good, huh?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
And this is the KFit Show.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Yes, hello and welcome to episode 0 of the KFit Show. Yes, episode 0, the start, the beginning, the preface, whatever you want to call it. But this is the start of my weekly podcast. A little shout out there in the beginning to my Fed fam from Vancouver Island University. They'll recognize that opening from the presentation I gave at the Create conference a couple years ago. And all I got to say about that is look at me now, Waco. Look at me now. I have my own podcast. Whatever that means. But you guys might be wondering, well, what exactly are we listening to? What do you have to say, and why should I listen? Well, KFit is basically everything I do, from fitness testing to education, training, coaching, supporting, motivating, whatever you want to call it. The KFit Show is basically a platform for me to help get that out there and help listeners better understand the human body and also how it relates to exercise and sport performance. Each week, I want to bring you guys information, knowledge, tips, guidance, clarity, motivation, whatever, on all things related to health, fitness, nutrition, strength and conditioning, anything that relates to that. I plan to have guests who are professionals in their field come and speak to me, sit down, and have a little chat, from neuroscientists to nutritionists, actual nutritionists, and what that actually means, physiologists, sport performance coaches, high performance committee chairs, just a variety of different people to help kind of make this a discussion. So for you guys, I plan to educate you, hopefully, and inspire, and as well help answer any questions that you guys might have that relate to human performance. So if that sounds like something you might like, stick around, hear me out, ask me some questions, and hopefully together we can make this more of a conversation, really, instead of just me with a microphone telling you my beliefs. On that note, too, going forward, we will also have a producer that is going to kind of help bounce some questions off me as well, so that it won't just be my voice you have to put up with, but also somebody else's voice that you have to put up with. So there it is. In today's episode, this is kind of like a get to know me type of episode. That's why it's episode 0. It's not really an episode where I'm going to dive too deep into any fitness component or human body parameter, whatever. Basically, what I want to throw out there before I get into any of that is who I am, what am I doing, and really, like, why the hell you should be listening to me or listening to what I have to say. So I want to get it all out there now, because that way I don't have to go back to it down the road. So yeah, let's just start with that. So who am I? I'm actually, it's kind of funny on that note. When if you're ever in class or in lab that I teach, we go around at the beginning of the year and we always say, tell us who you are, tell us something cool about yourself, what your favorite dog is or animal, whatever. It's funny when you look at the students, or maybe you've been in that position where you just kind of cower in the back a little bit and just kind of let that go. But it is good to know who's talking and why they're talking. So a little bit about me. About 4 years ago, I retired from being an athlete myself. I was an athlete in karate, and I competed quite highly. I was considered an elite level athlete, and I went to the national championships several times, as well as medaled several times at the national championships. So, that was cool. And then I guess at some point I got hit in the head too many times and decided, hey, I don't really want to get hit in the head anymore. So why don't we just kind of do something else? So I decided to not only get into coaching, but also get into learning, and really learning everything that I could about performance and the human body and everything like that. I just took kind of like a competitive approach to it, where I just really wanted to get better and learn more and keep growing and keep growing. So from that, I've spent the last 7 years of my life kind of indulging, I guess you could say, in the scientific world and the academic world of kinesiology and sport, health, fitness, performance, all that kind of stuff. And I've learned a lot. I've got still lots to learn, I think, and that's kind of what's led me down this path. And in that time, I've actually obtained my Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist certificate from the National Strength and Conditioning Association, which is the gold standard for professionals in the field of strength and conditioning. I've gotten my Bachelor of Arts in Sport, Health, and Physical Education, as well as in a couple weeks, actually, I'll be finishing off my Master's of Science in Kinesiology degree. And through that, actually, through the master's degree and my master's research, I've actually been able, through the help with many people, establish a standardized fitness test battery for combat sport athletes. And anybody who knows me out there is probably familiar with that work that I've done. It took a lot of work, and it was good. But now it's kind of recognized right across the country of Canada as one of the standard fitness tests for martial arts athletes. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later on, and I'm sure it'll come up. But also I'm currently a lab instructor at the University of Victoria in the physiology lab. We look at things like muscle fiber type, muscle force development, your energy systems, how they work, how it all relates to exercise. All kinds of cool stuff relating to exercise and physiology and all that great stuff. And this has kind of all led me to keep learning more and keep wanting to really get all the information that I can. And because of that, in May, I will actually I will be taking on the next steps in my academic career and pursuing a doctorate degree in kinesiology, where I'll actually be obtaining my PhD. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Just kind of keeping rolling now. I mean, all this academic stuff, you might think, well, academics isn't everything, and I agree with you. I agree. Academics is not everything, but it has provided me a lot of information that I've learned, and it's also given me some good opportunities and kind of set my stage for what I know and what I can teach. So there we go. Outside of the academic world, I've also trained a variety of individuals, from people just looking to be healthier, injury prevention programs. I've also trained world-class athletes that are trying to make it to the Olympics. So I also have that practical knowledge as well. So I use the knowledge of my discipline to inform my practice, as an evidence-based professional should do. I always try and stay as in recent literature as I can. So I always try and look at the research and see what the most current research is on certain parameters to health and fitness and performance and all that great stuff, so that I'm always, finding out new things, looking at things a little bit analytically. And that's what I hope to do also on this show, is I also want to look at some myths as well. And I won't discuss it quite yet, but there's a couple hot topics in the nutrition and health world, I guess you could say right now, that I got a couple guests lined up, some nutritionists and that kind of stuff, that are going to help me kind of break those down and what's really going on there, and if they actually mean anything, because we're going to take an approach where we're going to look at it, how does this stuff actually work in the human body, and does it actually work? So that's exciting. So more of that coming on. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. So there you go. A little bit more about this show, the KFit Show. I've talked about it a little bit, but basically this KFit Show, my idea behind the KFit Show was that this is, like I said, my platform to get out there what I think needs to get out there in terms of information or anything that relates to performance, health, all that great stuff we've already talked about. This is my platform to do that, and I think I can do it, and I want to educate. That's really what I want to do, is I want to educate people on the proper ways to do things, on how the body works, and the right and wrong ways, really, of doing things. So that's what this is. This is one of many of my platforms of doing it. But if you like any of my other stuff, I think you're going to enjoy the KFit Show, and I hope you guys stick around and listen to it. Basically, what I'm going to try and do for each episode, I'm going to keep them only about 30 minutes. That's going to be my kind of target, I think, for now. We might be able to go a little bit less on some episodes. Some episodes might go longer, and we'll see where this goes, really. But 30 minutes, I think, is a good chunk for you guys to get, some information in a short period of time. And basically, it's just going to be one concept a show, one fitness concept maybe, or one myth or something. There might be a couple other things laced in between that, but, with a variety of different guests. So it's not just going to be me giving you my beliefs. I mean, I'm going to do that for sure. This is my podcast, and I will definitely do that. But I also want to hear what other people have to say and bring in other professionals to hear what they think about certain things and share their knowledge as well. So I just want to kind of bring everything together in this one nice little tightly knit 30-minute platform type thing. And we're going to talk about all things related to health and fitness, absolutely everything we've discussed, myths, and just better ways to help you guys understand really and know how to do things properly. So stay with us. Every week these episodes are going to come out. They're going to come out on Wednesdays. So depending on when this episode gets accepted and gets put through, hopefully I'll be able to get it the following Wednesday by the time you're listening to this. But I'm shooting for Wednesdays. Workout Wednesdays. Hey, selfie. Look at me. Wednesdays is what we're going to do. And again, 30 minutes. I've already talked enough, as you can probably tell. Future plans, though, for the KFit Show, things that are going to be coming down the pipeline. This is just the beginning of this. We're going to do some video podcasts, actually, where I am going to give formal presentations, or maybe they'll actually just be a video of some of my formal presentations, academic or otherwise, because, well, I enjoy giving presentations. I'm pretty good at them, I think, and they're a good way to get information out in a relatively short and formal way. So that's going to be coming specifically to video podcasts, as well as our YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, which is Kalan Anglos. We'll talk about that in a sec. And then also live videos as well. So Facebook live videos. I might jump on the Instagram live, whatever. You'll find me. You'll see me. Just subscribe to my stuff and you'll see me for sure. And I also want to do exercise technique videos actually as well through YouTube and through the Facebook page there. So those are the future plans for the KFit Show, and that is what I want to do. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys come along. What I wanted to do real quick here before we sign off, again, this isn't even really a formal episode. This is just getting to know me. But I want to give you guys, I guess, a little taste, a little taste of what I'm going to be doing here. So I thought of a question that I get asked a lot by people, or one of the most common questions that I get from people who work out or in the fitness industry or whatever, or maybe people that are just trying to get going, clients, whatever. Well, one question that I always get is what is the best way or the most important way or whatever in keeping yourself accountable, keeping yourself going to the gym or for a run or getting to the dojo if you're a martial artist or whatever it is, but doing this on a regular basis. What is the best way to do that? And my answer to that, when anybody ever asks, and I get it, I struggle sometimes as well getting my workouts in on a regular basis. But what is it really that sets those people apart that can do it and they can't? In my opinion, and again, this is my podcast, this is all on my opinion, I think one of the best things that you can do is fall in love with the process. And you might have heard me say that before, but I think it's very important to have a goal, to have a very set goal of what you want to do, whether it's, lose weight, put on weight, get more athletic, get more agility, improve my sport performance, whatever sport it may be. You need to have a very defined goal and then have a very defined process to meet that goal. And then you really have to fall in love with the process. You have to realize that it is a process and that you have to go through it in order to get the results. And this relates to going to the gym or your sport or whatever. Practice. I mean, we're talking practice? Not even talking about a game. We're talking practice. Okay, but you have to love it. You have to fall in love with practicing. You have to fall in love with going to the gym. You know, if every time you go, you're thinking, oh man, I got to get up again. I got to get my shoes on, you know. I have to go do that, whatever, and get to the gym. You know, it becomes a chore after a while, right? And I catch myself sometimes too, getting stuck in kind of those ruts where, you know, going to the gym is almost like a chore. Like, oh man, I don't want to do it. But then I remember, you know, for me, training and the gym is a way for me to kind of let go a little bit and kind of get away from all the other stuff that's going on. And I know, speaking to other clients, that this also relates to them. So you really have to remember that the gym and the process of reaching your certain goals takes time, and that you have to love it. You can't half-ass it, so to speak. You have to go all the way in. You have to trust the process and feel that you're doing the right steps to get where you need to be. And maybe, you know, maybe you're not sure. Maybe you're not sure if you're doing the right things. Well, that's maybe where you can talk to somebody and see what they have to say. So just do that. Just fall in love with the process. Keep yourself accountable, going, you know, whatever it is, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, whatever it is, going to the gym, working out, training for that goal, because that's really what sets the achievers apart from the not, really, is that they have to love the process. It's not the reward, but the process that truly defines us. Fall in love with the process, and the results will inevitably happen. Inevitably, there it is. Inevitably happen. There it is. So, this was our first, you know, informal episode of the KFit Show. I hope you guys got an idea at least of who I am, what the show is going to be, and how it's going to run. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. You guys can find me. So again, my full name is Kalan Anglos. I'm not going to write that out, but you can find it. If you're listening to this, you probably know that. It's on the logo there, so take a look. You can find me on all social media stuff, just Kalan Anglos, all one word. You know, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, all that great stuff. And then also as well, a great place to kind of get everything that I'm doing is KFit Conditioning on Facebook, the Facebook page, KFit Conditioning by Kalan Anglos. So go find that. Just type in KFit. You'll find it. KFit, all one word. And you guys will find it. So follow me. Share what I have to say if you think it's valuable. And if not, that's cool too. Whatever, don't listen. But hopefully you guys get some value out of this. I want to help you guys along your road. So yeah, thanks for listening. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys keep listening and you enjoy the show and what I have to say. And again, feel free to ask me questions. Let's make this a conversation. You know, again, I don't want to just stand up here and talk about my beliefs. Let's make this a discussion. Talk about what's going on and what's the right way to do things. So I look forward to helping you guys any way I can. But this is the end of episode 0. So hopefully by next week we'll have episode 1 firing away, where we're going to be looking at, well, you know, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to make you tune in. Tune into episode 1, where we're going to be kind of really diving in to what the KFit Show is. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.